So the light bar is held in by the Phillips head screws. And the center screws, you're gonna need a little stubby screwdriver to get them because the column's in the way. My name's Wayne and welcome back to the channel. I have a couple burnout light bulbs in my light bar right above my gauges, and we're going to replace those with LEDs, and I picked up some that are supposed to be dimmable, and we're going to see if they actually are. So I had the idea to add a new segment to the video called the Hot Rod Trivia Question of the Week. Let me know in the comments below what you think of it, and we'll see how this goes. So today's Hot Rod Trivia Question of the Week is... So in 1970, for the e-bodies, there was two different gauge clusters available. There was a standard dash gauge, which didn't have a tachometer for one, and then there was your rally dash gauge instrument cluster. So the question is, what came standard on your 70 Challenger RT and your 70 Plymouth CUDA? Think you know the answer? Well, stick around and I'll let you know at the end of the video. Now, if you saw my previous video where I actually had the gauges rebuilt for the car by Redline, at that point in time, I did put LEDs in the light bar and they worked great and they were bright and I was really pleased with the performance of them, but they weren't dimmable and I'm pretty sure a couple have burnt out now for some reason. Either way, it's been a couple years and now they're supposed to have some that are actually dimmable. So I picked up a couple sets of those and we're going to put those in to see if they actually are or not, as well as investigate how many of those light bulbs I have that are burned out. So here's the dimmable bulbs I bought actually off Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description of the video below so you can check them out, and hopefully they work, and if they do, you might want to pick up a set. So I tell you what though, having LEDs in the light bar is a real nice upgrade, especially if you have it, because your factory lights in there it's really dim and it just brightens it up. Now I went with clear bulbs and I did that the first time as well, and the reason being is I like the color of the factory gauges. You know, the factory light bar has like that green lens, so I want to keep that factory look, just brighten it up. So first up, let's get into the car and pull down the light bar and see what we're working with. All right, so looking inside the car, the light bar is held in by a series of Phillips head screws, and they're pretty easy to get to, so we're just gonna remove those and pull the light bar down and take a look. And before I drop the light bar, I would highly recommend you put a little towel down over your steering column so you don't scuff it up. That's the last screw. Put those in a safe spot so you don't lose them. And there we go. So now it's hanging down. All right, so now we have the light bar out and you can see our 1, 2, 3, and our 4 bulbs. All right, so these guys just pull right out. Pretty simple, although these LEDs I had in there were just small enough to fit through that hole. So all right, we have all 4 out. We're gonna throw the key in and see what we have going on here. So like I said, I think some of these I had 1 or 2 at least not working. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, well, something I just realized, apparently the light bar has to be bolted in and grounded to work, because when I put the key in the auxiliary position and turn on the lights, as I will like right now, it's yeah, right now it's not on, but if I kind of put it up in place, and now you can see the green light is flickering. Yeah, anyway, I'm pretty sure these 2 are out. My pump's running and I want to kill that. Okay, well, I can't quite pull them up and test it like I had hoped. No big deal. Like I said, pretty positive these 2 are burnt out, and we're gonna get these out now. And like I said, I'm pretty sure the far 2 left ones are out, and I'm gonna pull these out and try one of the new bulbs. All right, so this is what the bulb looks like that I had in the car, and I actually got these from Super Bright LEDs, and I believe this was a BA9 if I remember right, but you can always look back in my instrument cluster video that I have, and you can always reference that if you want. But the new ones look a little different. I kind of like these a lot better. All those little elements aren't exposed. There's a little cover on it, and this is supposed to be like a clear or soft white color, so we'll still retain the factory lens color of our gauges, so that'll be cool. So let's go snap these in and see how they fit. It's kind of hard to hold and the camera and do all this at once, but these are just a push and slight turn and they pull right out. All right, so all those are in the sockets, and the good news is these fit in the assembly much better than the ones I had before. The other ones were pretty tight going through the little hole, and these slide in and out no problem, so that'll be nice. Let me put the camera down so I can use both hands and squeeze that together. All right, all the light bulbs are snapped into place, and now we're gonna, I was hoping I could test it while it's out of the car, but obviously that won't work. We're gonna just go and commit and bolt this back in, because we got to get it grounded so we can test it all right. So all right, let's get it back in place. All right, last screw going back in. Simple enough, only 6 of them. All right, let's test these out. Hey, there you go. All lit up. We have all 4 going now for sure. Now let's see if these things are dimmable or not. Well, if they are, my switch doesn't work. Yeah, well, you never know. I tried. Well, you know, my hopes actually weren't too high that I'd find dimmable LEDs for the dash, and honestly, it's not a big deal at all. I never felt the need to turn down my lights at all on the dash, but I thought it'd be fun to see if they actually did work or not. But I don't know, maybe it's just my dimmer switch. So if any of my Mopar followers have tried dimmable switch in their light bar and found them to work, let me know, and let me know which ones you used, because if they do, maybe I'll try again, or maybe I'll investigate my dimmer switch. But that's not the easiest thing to get out, and I'm in no rush to do that, that's for sure. So good news is I have all my bulbs working in the light bar, and they're nice and bright, and I'm telling you, if you haven't done LEDs in your light bar, you really got to give it a try, because it makes a world of difference. It's one of those little touches, again, that just improves everything about, you know, the car on the inside. And it's like, I also put one in my dome light as well, and I think I did that in the same video. And all those little things, you know, trying to bring this car from 1970 up to speed, and it makes it more enjoyable and brighter, and just, yeah, all better all around. You can't go wrong. They're cheap, so cheap little upgrade. So anyway, that's it. You know, I kind of felt scammed on those dimmable bulbs, but never know, maybe it's a switch. We'll see. Oh yeah, and if you didn't see the other video, it's pretty cool. So the original owner of this car actually painted that dome light red. And the neat thing is, when the door is shut, let me hit the switch, you can't even tell it's clear, it's white. And the bulb is clear, but the dome light is red. Total 70s, man. It's one thing I just love. So fun. Again, let's try to give an idea of what the lights look like in the dark. Nicely lit up. Check that out. World of difference, right? Awesome. So the answer to the trivia question is a little tricky because it's not the same. For example, for the 70 Challenger RT, the standard dash was actually the rally gauge cluster. But for the Plymouth Cuda, the rally dash gauges were an option, and the standard gauges were standard equipment. Why? Well, that's the answer. I don't know, but it's a good question. Well, that is going to be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And you know the deal, if you turn on the bell notification, you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.